got to give. So if you don't want drama, don't be telling me lies, I really don't forgive. I don't want no drama. It's not about anything you've got to give. So if you don't want drama, don't be telling me lies, I really don't forgive. I feel like you've got something, I pray you find your way. And I've been on a mission, I pray I don't lose my way. I gotta get my hair right, stay on my own pace. All about my back, tryna get my own place, yeah. You ain't never loved a girl from the south side. 23 never looked so good. But I just got my nails done. Sunset sipping on the drinks I bought. If you don't want no drama, don't be hitting me with them old lines like you doing. I'm fine, you've been running through my mind. I ain't really tryna talk too much, so you really tryna push your luck on me. I don't want no drama. It's not about anything you've got to give. So if you don't want drama, don't be telling me lies, I really don't forgive. It's not about anything you've got to give. So if you don't want drama, don't be telling me lies, I really don't forgive. Is it really worth it? I never thought that things would end up like this. Long nights, petty fights, FaceTime, but you couldn't even really face me. I get my own bag, I pay my own bills. If you ain't no friend of mine, I won't give you none of this. No, you ain't never met a bad bitch like me. New head, ticking all the boxes like Nike. Every time I take an L, new attitude, learn from my mistakes. Damn, I can't be mad at you, but I gotta let you know that I ain't messing with you no more. And the way you treated me is the reason I walked out the door. I don't want no drama. It's not about anything you've got to give. So if you don't want drama, don't be telling me lies, I really don't forgive. It's not about anything you've got to give. So if you don't want drama, don't be telling me lies, I really don't forgive.
Sounds different now.
It goes on and on and on. On and on and on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, no, no, no. I've been through a lot. Sometimes I hate myself 'cause I put you through a lot. Oh, I really did. We've got so many memories, and boy, you're all I knew I got, and you're all I need, boy, you're all I see and I breathe. Met so many people, been so many places, seen so many faces, but I've never met somebody like you. Yeah, I can get over you. Don't wanna get over you. Let's try one more time. Give it one last try. I can get over you. Don't wanna get over you. Let's try one more time. Make it My mind erases all of the hurts and all of my pain. Memories of you, so extraordinary. I can't seem to get you out of my head. And as the sun rises across the horizon, you brighten up my day. I lift my soul, and everything I do is for you. Everything I do is for you, and I hope that's why you're all I need. Yeah, everything I do is for you. You're all I need, all I see, all I breathe. Everything I do is for you. Run away now, now. Run away now, now. Run away. Yeah, yeah. A new day that breaks, and as I go through all life's changes, I can't seem to get your love out of my head. I wanna tell you something, whisper in your ear. You're all that I need. Yeah, I see you breathe out. I know you, boy, need, see, breathe. You, boy, need, see, breathe. Everything I do is for you, boy. Run away now, yeah. Run away now, 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 now. On the way, na 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 na. You're all I.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Just played a couple of songs of our guest this evening. Our guest sadly told me that she's got load shedding. Yes, sadly she's got load shedding. But I'm trying her again and again and again and again and again, so we can have her on. But yeah, she's got load shedding, so I think it'll be a total bummer if I actually don't have her. But Dumelang. I can't remember the last time there was only like 7 of us, 6 of us, because saying Akhopo, wait. But let me pass on the mic to Lloyd. Lloyd, happy Tuesday.
Hola, zibuyile. Yeah, giddy comeback. And I'm surprised, can't where's our guest, but huh? Who I am to?
Hey, load shedding,
It's
She told me she's in load shedding.
Oh, H.E.R. Hi, nigga. Good on. Happy to be back. Happy to be back, guys. Let's have fun. Danko?
Let's pass on the mic to Sis Nwanda. Sis Nwanda, happy Tuesday.
Hi, Nox.
Hey, Boxman. Hey, Lloyd. Oh my God, it's the first time in months that I've spoken on a Twitter space without earphones. I don't think you would know how happy I am, guys. But yeah, a bummer that we couldn't have our incredible guest with us tonight. But I know that we're going to have her when the time and space are right, when we're all prepared and even the spirit world is open and accepting of us because izinto ze-load shedding, izinto zomhlaba. But it's such a pleasure to be with everybody. Welcome to Music Nights. And yeah, it's just nice to be back with all of you. Ke le hopotse. So Dumelang, hello. Nice to hear your voices and see your icons. I'm a happy chappy. I have no complaints. But Voxman, over to you.
I guess it's a new year, and some people have changed IVs, the likes of dogs. Yeah, it looks lovely. The new IV looks lovely. Shout out to Nox for coming through. And yes, our guest is here. Our guest is here. Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. I was getting scared a bit. Or never tall. But she's here. She's here. So I'm gonna pass her the mic. I'm gonna pass her the mic, so we can actually start a wonderful conversation with her, and and just learn a bit more about this wonderful songwriter and singer. But before we do that, before we actually give her the mic, I think let's just play another song. I'll play another song. I'll play another song just to ease off some tension, ease off some nerves. I'm a bit nervous. Also, haven't done this in a very long time. So, just gonna play a song. The next song I'm gonna play is "I'm Fine." Yes, so I'm gonna play a song by our guest tonight, Gemma. I'm Fine, and please enjoy.
You've been a constant thought in my head. I felt so lonely when you were not there. Time could not tell. All of these feelings were real. I got FOMO when you weren't around. You made me feel like I'm heaven bound. When I'm in my zone, I can't control what I feel. I hope you hear this song. You ain't even really gotta sing along. I hope that it kills your vibe. You made me feel good inside. Night after night, you stood me up. I sat on my couch and cried off my makeup. Boy, I'm fine. Boy, I'm fine. Night after night, you stood me up. I sat on my couch and cried off my makeup. Boy, I'm fine. I'm fine on my own. I think it's time that I find my way. Pack light ain't another night that I'm gonna stay. This feeling's getting old. There ain't no room for us to grow, but it's okay. It's okay. You can never love me the way that I want. So I'ma put these words in a song. You clearly made up your mind. I should have seen all those signs. Night after night, you stood me up. I sat on my couch and cried off my makeup. Boy, I'm fine. Boy, I'm fine. Night after night, you stood me up. I sat on my couch and cried off my makeup. Boy, I'm fine. I'm fine on my own.
Who? Who? I think that sounds really good. That sounded really, really good. I don't know about anyone else gossiping, but that sounded really, really good. So yeah, that was I'm Fine by our guest this evening on Music Nights. The very first music nights of the year. Very first music nights of the year. And we have none other than the sensational young songstress, amazing musician, Gemma Fassi. And she's here. JC.
Sunbanani.
Sawubona sis.
Hi, hi.
How are you?
I'm
How are
I'm
you?
good, thanks. How are you?
I am well too. I think there was a mix-up with our link. So yeah, I don't know what happened. It didn't open, but I'm glad you saw this one.
Yeah, I'm glad I saw it too.
Okay. Um, uyakhuluma noma uyathetha sis. I just wanna know first because I do all these things also sometimes.
Not no, I don't. Not fully. I understand a little bit, but not
Yeah.
enough to have conversation.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
unfortunately. I'm getting there soon.
What's the holdup, if I may ask?
It's just that I grew up with my mom and she's colored, so I wasn't really like around a lot of Xhosa speaking people that time. So now that I am, I'm taking advantage of it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Growing up in the southern suburbs, I
Yep,
guess.
that's exactly what it is.
Okay, that sounds a bit posh. That sounds a bit posh. But welcome to Music
Nothing of that,
Nights.
I swear.
Oh, Sharaji, there's nothing posh about the southern suburbs.
There is the hood side. I grew up in the hood side, so I wouldn't say posh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, as I said earlier, welcome to Music Nights. Thank you so much for accepting our invite. Which is okay now. We just get to know you a bit more
hmm
and delve further into your young but beautiful career.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
On my sides, yes, I'm captaining this with Lloyd and Unogwanda, so I'll give them the mic first so that they can greet you, and then so Kube again. No?
Okay.
Lloyd Tincha, Gemma is here. The mic is yours.
I can pass it to Nox. Nox.
How and then, but it's cool. It's cool. I got y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. The beautiful, the sensational, the wildly talented Miss Gemma Fassi, who's a singer songwriter. Who also dabbles in some digital content, and we look forward to hearing a little bit more about all that you are and all that you do. So thank you so much for taking some time out of your life amidst load shedding, somewhat stage 4,
Eh,
stage
eh, eh.
5, stage 6, whatever. The numbers are
I just came
irrelevant.
out of it.
Yamin. So thank you. I know you have to get prepared for these type of things, and you have to charge your phone. You just also have to like emotionally prepare yourself. So I don't know if I want to just go straight out and ask you the first question, or if I just want to ease people into it. But if you aren't familiar with Gemma Fasi, please check out the tweets that are pinned up right at the top of the jumbotron, as those are the songs that Uvox Man started us off with, eased us into this incredible artist's artistry, and hearing her actually be a sensational artist after she trended on the 13th of December, specifically here on Twitter as well as on TikTok, when a clip was shared of her singing "So Into You" by Tamia. So that's what we have today. I'm just giving the intro. I have plenty questions. Even just giving that intro, I had to bite my tongue a bit and hold some back. But welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. It is a pleasure to be with you. I think I have to ask, what did it feel like when you got this request? Because I mean, I know you've had interviews before, but what did this one feel like?
For me, it was kind of different because the way that I found Voxman was through just, going through the Spaces tab on Twitter. And I only recently downloaded Twitter, obviously, because I started trending on it and I was needed to understand, like, what is happening on Twitter. So I downloaded it. And maybe, like, was it last week or the week before? I saw Voxman and I just tuned in. And it just so happened that he was interested, and that's what happened. I feel like it was super organic, and that's what I like about a lot of interviews or just people wanting to have conversations. It's always organic. Yeah.
Word, word. No, that's dope. But before I ask my list of questions, maybe I must ask our host with the most, because protocol must be observed. Uh, if there are any questions that he'd like to get started off, because I was just giving the intro. But it's such a pleasure to have everybody. Please keep using the hashtag Music Nights. You can either use it in the comment box section in the bottom right hand corner or in a tweet. You add the hashtag or you add a question, or better yet, you request a microphone and you get the opportunity to ask the incredible, the sensational, the beautiful. You are so talented. Gemma Fasi, live jive here on Twitter Spaces. So Voxman, please feel free to step in here. Otherwise, mina mama go in.
No, it's no wonder, I mean, we had a wonderful year, Minadawi. So now I know you so well. So this time around, the platform is yours. Please, you can go for it. Yeah, mom.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Because then I can have a conversation with Gemma Fasi sister to sister. I know that doesn't mean anything in this day and age, but it means something to me. So like, can you tell me a little bit about yourself in terms of like your background? I mean, we did already touch base on the fact that you are from the southern suburbs of Cape Town, but like, maybe you want to tell us your star sign, what year you were born in, just some context.
Okay. I'd like to start off with the most asked question: how old I am. And I know as a woman, it's always weird to say how old you are, but I am a 23-year-old singer and songwriter from Cape Town. Grew up in Lavender Hill. It's basically like people say it's the Soweto of Cape Town, but I'd like to say it's the Miami of Cape Town because there's such a big variety of influences when it comes to music, Klopsa, the Coons, and so many different influences that actually influenced me to do this music thing. So I grew up in Lavender Hill, been singing since the tender age of like 6 years old, where like, drunk uncles would ask you to sing a song. And I started singing in church. From there, everything just happened. I am a Gemini. So Gemma the Gemini is definitely something that people like to point as a red flag because I'm a Gemini and my name's Gemma. It's like it's super scary, but I'm a Gemini born on the 9th of June. I'm an introverted extrovert, and that's completely opposite of sis Brenda. But people, like, when they meet me, they always say like, "Yo, you're the opposite." But I'd like to think that I took some parts of a personality just to quell a little bit of funness and add some personality in myself, because also this music thing, you need to have a personality for people to actually, gravitate towards you. So yeah, I've ever answered the question enough.
Spot on, like magic. Gemma the Gemini. I quite like that. It's really dope. So thank you for giving us some context, also helping us understand Lavender Hill. I like the way that you answer the questions, even the ones that aren't stated explicitly.
Yeah,
It's a superpower. So big ups to you for embracing that.
thank you.
Um, I'm curious. You said that you started listening to, like some of I guess your role models in voice were the likes of Jhené Aiko. And I know when we listened to you very briefly on Jazz Sunday Requests, like 2 Sundays ago, when you joined the space just by chance, you had mentioned how Zoe Mudiga was also an artist, a vocalist that you look up to. Are there any
Yeah.
other vocalists? Like, do you have a top five? Of vocalists that you really really look up to for various reasons, doesn't it's not specific to
Hmm.
time, location, or whatever, but do you have a top five?
Yes, I do, definitely. I'd say Lauryn Hill. The miseducation of Lauryn Hill has definitely been a strong influence in my music career. I would say Lauryn Hill, Jhené Aiko, Erica Badu. My mom loves Erica Badu, Jill Scott. To come more to the R&B side, I'd say Kehlani with some Aaliyah. Yo, top five, make it top 10. Janet Jackson, even. The list goes on, man. I definitely say that Janet Jackson, Lauryn Hill, Jill Scott, Erica Badu, and Layla Hathaway.
Fire, fire, fire. And I love how all of those vocalists are women. I
Yes,
think
yes.
I think that's really, really important. Do you feel like you resonate more with female vocalists than you do with male vocalists? And I mean, you've already sort of answered it, but I think really what I'm trying to get to is why you resonate deeper with women vocalists.
I wouldn't say I specifically chose women vocalists, but now that you have actually brought to my attention, I would say that I feel like it's mainly the songwriting within in all of these songs. It's so pure, it's genuine. I feel like women know how to express their emotions in the best way, and even if it's like brutal, they will still like share their emotions. So I definitely say that I'm a woman stan. I stand for women, and yeah.
Nah, big ups, big ups. I feel that. I feel that completely. You answered, like, I knew what I was setting you up to say. um and you did it amazingly, because you're right, like, women do have that sensitivity, that emotional side, that feminine energy is really what allows us to express ourselves, no matter how hard it is, through music. So thank you so much for touching base on that. What did it feel like to go viral, fam? On the 13th of December, your phone is blowing up. People are ringing you up. They're like, hey, ayo, ayo. Like, you're banging. You're like, what? Tell me what that day was like, please.
That was actually a very interesting day. So I was chilling in my room with my friends. We were just having a very chill day, and I'm thinking now, why am I getting 500 likes on pictures? You know, when you go on Instagram and it just pops up like all the likes, the comments, the follows, and I'm thinking, why am I getting all these follows? Why am I getting all these likes? What's happening? And then my friend's like, you know what, just leave it. Maybe it's not. I'm like, okay, I'll leave it. And an hour went by and I see myself on 10K followers. And need I remind everyone that when I was planning a photo shoot when I reached 10K followers on Instagram, but it happened too soon. So I was just chilling that day and my phone started blowing up. I didn't take much note of it until an hour had passed by and I was like, hey, 10K followers, what's going on? And then my friends that I have on WhatsApp started like sending me screenshots of of like, yo, you actually going viral on Twitter. You like trending. You're like number 15 on Twitter. And I'm like, what's going on? And they say, no, they're saying it's Emma Fassi, Gemma. Like, it's not even you. Who is this person? Who's this alter ego? You didn't even tell us. Now you're changing your names. And I'm like, what's going on? So I went on Twitter and I saw the video Bongani posted. And yeah, it was a very surreal moment. But it was also, it made me realize like, okay, this was my foot into getting people's attention to listen to my music and listen to my story, and that's generally all I want.
Word, word. I love that. I love that. And I have to ask this, and I'm sorry if it's a bit personal, because that's the first thing I saw when like I see now you're trending, and I like to fact check. So now I'm fact checking, and how Emma is not Emma Fassi, it's actually Gemma Fassi. How did it feel to trend with a typo? And from Yomzala, no less.
To me, it was funny. I'm a very humorous person. Whenever something sad happens or something emotional happens, I always like to turn it into humor. And when I saw this tweet, I didn't even message Bongani. I just laughed at it, and it kind of adds more essence to the story of the evolution of Gemma. And I kind of like it now because when people see me, they're like, Emma Fassi, Emma Fassi. And I'm like, no, I don't even correct them. I'm just like, yes, that's me, and I greet them. So it's kind of a funny story. I like it because now it adds, like I said, it adds more essence to the evolution of Gemma. But it was funny. It was super funny.
Yo, what a mature, sensational human being. Like, thank you so much for answering that honestly, and for just being like who you are, because for someone else it couldn't, like, it would have gone in the completely opposite direction, but you took it with your chin, lifted your head, and you're taking it in your strides. So big ups to you, mommy. Big ups. What an inspiration. Yeah, no, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I mean, I guess, and please do feel free, if I do ask a question that's a little bit uncomfortable, you're more than welcome to, like, oh, can I rather not? um he is your mzala, right? And I know that in your previous interviews you've been asked a lot, how you are related to Uprenda Fasi. And so I love, like I said again, your honesty and your transparency to say, you didn't really have much of a relationship or an understanding with her, but it's something that you are developing with time. Do you think that this relationship now, with your cousin being an instigator in you trending, ultimately will lead into somewhat of a music collaboration that you guys will have? And yeah, do you think it will strengthen that tie for you to have a stronger relationship with this incredible woman in your family that has left, so many stages and was literally called the Black Madonna of our time? Well, of the 90s anyway.
I'd definitely say that it's big shoes to fill. Because like everyone says, she was the Madonna of South Africa, even Africa, because even people that I meet from Zimbabwe, Kenya, like literally all over the world, even Uber drivers know Sis Brenda. So for me, it's definitely, I won't say it's pressure. It's just now I can see the blueprints and definitely see the pros and the cons to this whole music industry. If anything, I'm learning so much out of her story alone to do better, be better, to understand how this music thing works and what type of snakes there are out there. I definitely would like to work with Ubongani if the time is right. Um, yeah, I would definitely love to work with Bongani, and I'm super grateful for him for sharing my video, for making people hear my voice, and also wanting to now hear my story, which is what I always wanted.
Dope, dope, dope. Love it. Love that. Um Yeah, like there's so many things running in my brain at one time. And because it's the first music nights, I just want to remind everybody that you're tuned into hashtag Music Nights. It's a pleasure to have you. We're here with the incredible, the sensational Gemma Fassi. who trended on the 13th of December, for just singing "To Me I So Into You." I have pinned up at the top of the Jumbotron the tweets, specifically the tweet that made her a name that we want to get to know more from. But for those who have followed your journey a little bit more, she has featured on Espresso a few times. Those in Cape Town are quite familiar with that show. And she has released an EP in 2020, if I'm not wrong, titled After Hours. So, how, what? Oh, you have your hand up. Before I ask my next question, please, 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 let me take your hand.
No, I thought that was a wave. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. It's okay. You get used to the space game. It's all good. These spaces are recorded, but please feel free to pick up the microphone, to tweet us, use the hashtag Music Nights, use the comment box section in the bottom right hand corner, and feel free to engage a little bit further and deeper into this incredible young artist, Gemma the Gemini. You used to just go by Gemma before you even released some of your albums. I mean, before you even released your EP. And then there was a friend who said, maybe you must add the Gemma Fasi, in. And so that's why I love the story that you're just giving now in terms of how you would be open to working with Minang Zombi Zumzala, with your cousin. um but but I think it's a very strategic move. I think it's very, very strategic, and I'm proud of you for embracing that, no matter how much you are learning along as you go. How many siblings are there of you? Go high.
My mom, my brother and I, Robin Fassi, we are just two, so it's just two of us.
And who's older between you and Robin?
My brother, Robin.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, for those of you who don't know, Gemma Fassi is related to the incredible Robin Fassi Cock. And yeah, anyone who's checked out anything in jazz, specifically as a trumpeter, would have come across his name at one stage or another. I actually came across your brother a couple of years ago when Untutuzo Makatini had featured him in some of his gigs as well as one of his albums. I can't recall which one. So big ups, big ups, big ups to you. How does your brother feel about everything that's happened to you in the past month and a bit?
He's super supportive. He's actually just laughing at the whole situation because he's just like, Emma Fassi, who is that? But at the same time, he's also very excited for me to enter in the real like environment or the real industry of this music thing. And he's also been helping me when it comes to like how to communicate, how to talk to people, when it comes to music and your royalties and split sheets and all the music business behind it. So it's nice to have my brother behind my back supporting me. And I feel like that's the most organic situation because it's your brother. He knows like your personality, he knows like the way I communicate. So it's nice to know someone on the inside is also there to help me along the way, and also someone who's very familiar with the industry to help me.
I'm so happy that you two have each other, because you also are an inspiration for him in so many ways. And his chord progressions and how he chooses his certain notes is how he's heard you sing some of the things that you've sang. So I'm really, really happy for the both of you. So, After Hours, which was your debut EP that you released in 2020, you say that it's a 3-track EP. Is there anything that you learned from that, you in your own personal independent journey as an artist, that you'd like to share with us?
um the EP came out during lockdown. It was in September, and lockdown was the time where you didn't have anyone around you. There was no way to say how you feel or talk to someone, over the phone's not always the best way, and I was alone. So writing music was the easiest thing to do to cope with, the anxiety of being alone or just not having your family close by. The things that I learned from my first EP was definitely marketing, all the music business behind it, but also mixing and mastering and PR and all that stuff. And also just the fact that one thing I learned was that there are people who will appreciate your heartbreak. They will appreciate your, I don't even want to say this in a weird way. They will appreciate the fact that you're so vulnerable, to share your story with people, and there are people out there who relate to it. My song "You" is actually one of the biggest songs with like over 50,000 streams, and whenever I perform it, like people generally start crying. They come up to me after the performance and like, "Oh my word, Gemma, like that song was all I needed to hear to get over this person, or to know, just like reassurance." So there's the one thing that I definitely said that I learned was that it's fine to be vulnerable. It's fine to feel. It's fine to go through the motions. And as a musician, it definitely taught me that you have a voice now, so, and people are listening, so you better use it. Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Oh, honey, I'm sorry, but every answer you're giving me, I'm just like, oh my God, she's so amazing. Like, I fall in love too quickly. And you're so right. Vulnerability, which is that thing that we were speaking about earlier on, that vulnerability that somehow women vocalists can be able to articulate a little bit more clearly. Um, is this that you're speaking about, knowing that the vulnerability that you have is actually what makes you powerful. Where did you study music, if you don't mind me asking?
I actually didn't study music. I grew up with my mom. My mom was a worship leader at church. She was also a spiritual dancer. So all my life, the music, the musicality that I've learned, it's only through church, and only some of it came from, obviously, when my brother would go to the Koens, the Kapsuklopse. It's a tradition in Cape Town where people like march down the road playing trumpet, trombone, drums, sax, literally everything. And I would go with him to the rehearsals. And then in high school, I'd say that's when I was like, you know what? Let me try this thing out. It wasn't even because of my brother, because of my mom. It was just because it was something that I genuinely loved doing. And then I took music as a subject in grade 10. And surprisingly, the music teacher, Mr. Cates, was a teacher for my brother. And he taught my mom and my dad. So it was kind of like, I would say it's a perfect story of how God just places people in your life and shows you that, you know what, this is what you're supposed to do. You're on the right path, and just follow it.
Amen, amen, sister. All the time, all the time. It's really nice to hear how everything does tie in together, and I love how you've brought in the spiritual element to your understanding of music. So are you trying to tell me that you actually like only know music from the feel of it, and you don't know any technical aspects of music? I mean, other than what you've picked up, I'm just trying to get clearly that even now you have not gone for any technical training.
Because I took music as a subject at school from grade 10 until grade 12, we did music theory, we did practical. So I do have an understanding of music. I did music theory until grade 6. If people know, that's actually like a crazy grade to get to. It was kind of a requirement, and music was actually one of my best marks. So I definitely say it's more feeling, other than the theory I learned. Obviously, I definitely say it's more feeling. It's more because for me, my music that I write, even though it's heartbreak, it's all these emotions and manly, worldly things, I definitely say that it stemmed from my love for God and my love for just praising. Because I also sang in the worship team. I was also a Sunday school teacher. I do the worship in Sunday school. So I definitely say that it's feeling and passion and emotion that goes into each and every song that I write.
Mm, 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 mm. Grade 6. Wow. You're touching me in my studio in every way. I think that that is so fantastic. Um, how you have the technical understanding, but even with it, you still allow yourself to be guided, through the light of the source, through God, to make this music. Do you think, because you had said that, I mean, you've started singing since the time you were about 6, so that feeling is definitely built into you. Would you say that once you learned the music theory, it helped you to become a better composer, or it helped you to become a better singer, even though you are still led by the feeling mostly? Is there anything that the technical side of it, is it anything that it gave you to be able to feel better, to feel, I guess, on time, in a rhythm, in a beat better?
Because when we do exams, there's always these oral exams that we do, where you have to listen to the notes, you have to listen to the scale. I definitely say that was one thing that I took with me, and I still take it with me wherever I go, is having the ear for music and for notes and for the feeling, for harmonies and all that. So without knowing the theory, I feel like it would still have been the way it is right now. But the fact that I can hear notes, and I can even when I'm in studio with the producer, I can always just like sing, even though I don't know the name of the chord. I sing it, and he's like, "Oh, this is what you meant." So there's also a part of me that can also like direct or like help or co-produce when it comes to the music that I would like to like be on. So yeah.
Dope, dope, dope. And you sort of answering the next question I have with how you answered it, but maybe I want to ask the question a little bit more clearly. Is what's challenging about making music versus studying music?
Mm, for me, I'd say, yeah, the challenging part about studying music is that I feel like most people that study music always go into jazz, and they play an instrument. And the thing that I feel like I'm lacking in is the fact that even though I know music, I know some theory, I don't play an instrument. So that's kind of where I'm slacking in. But like I was saying, the thing that is kind of like confusing for me is how most people that study music, they don't really focus on having a career, but they rather focus on the music, which is amazing, which is incredible, because we need more people to compose and all that. So I wouldn't really say there's any challenge per se.
Okay, okay. Please give your brother a huge round of applause for whatever background teaching that he's also giving you about, how to position your answers, and your thinking, and also just who you are. Like, we're not gonna give all of the props to Robin, uh, because he's his own entity and he is his own artist. But the influence that him and your mother and your father and your community and your church has had on you is definitely felt. So I don't want to skip over that. And before I allow myself to gather my thoughts and then hand the mic back over to, my co-hosts to also get in their little 2 cents, and I circle back to some of the other really strong statements that you've made throughout the first hour of hashtag music nights. The last question I have for you right now, and I'm saying right now, is a little bit controversial. And it's just because I want to dig your brain a little bit more, and I really like the way you answer your questions. Yeah, your insight is profound, Gemma the Gemini, Gemma Fasi, for a 23-year-old. So big ups to you. They always say, and you must say yes or no before I get to the deeper question. They always say that an artist's debut album is the strongest offering that they have. Do you believe that?
I don't think so, because as the artist drops music, they always get um, opinions from other people that listen to the music for the first time. I feel like that, yes, it can be a debut project to them, but to other people it might not be. Um, I definitely think that as the artist drops more music, the more they'll learn about themselves, and they'll evolve, they'll grow, and they'll also tap more into their sound and also what their audience would like to hear from them.
Okay, okay. So in line with that, you had previously said that Love Yahweh is your favorite jazz song because of how it allowed for you to reach and discover parts of your vocal range that you weren't aware of before. Do you believe that Yellow, the novel by Zoe Mudicha, is a better audio experience than Inganekwane?
Wow, what a question. Um, I feel like from a music perspective, I feel like the new project that she dropped definitely shows how much she's improved as an artist, as a singer, as a songwriter, even as a composer. I feel like it's definitely shown her growth in her musicality. And also just it's nice to hear an artist understand or learn or get to understand themselves and their emotions through their music and just that journey with them. I feel like that's something that no one else can take away from you.
So diplomatic, so diplomatic. But you know what? I'm gonna respect that. I'm gonna respect it because it is a really tricky conversation, because a lot of the time when we say we prefer one thing to another, sometimes it can be perceived as criticism, which is not often the case. So thank you for answering the question in the most diplomatic way possible.
I don't want no
I'm gonna
drama.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I feel like we're going to get a little snippet of a performance. So I'm down for that. I will gladly invite you to sing No Drama, which I know you dropped in September 2022. So maybe you want to sing a little 8 bar for us. Shake it off.
Right now, right now,
Okay, maybe
right
not
now.
right now, right now.
Okay, 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 okay.
But I'm just saying, like, maybe settle in. If you don't even want to sing No Drama, maybe you can sing Love Yahweh. Um, But I'm going to go right out and say that I completely agree with what you're saying. Only the artist can decide for themselves if it is an improvement or not, because of this concept of death of the author, where once you create something, it is not for you to decide what it is, even though you had those intentions when you were doing it. Inganekwane is a very strong concept, and it hones in on a really great time that we are in as a society. Yo, but Yellow the novel is something out of this world. Like she was literally in another galaxy. So that's my 2 cents. I'm gonna hand back over to Voxman or Lloyd to ask whatever questions they might have. But right now, I'm just gonna retreat and just take in all of these wise words that I've gotten from Gemma the Gemini.
On another night, or another evening, another Friday, another Sunday, someone would have said already, "Hey, Vox, cool." Yes, someone would have said that already more than once, couple of times, in fact. But not today. Nah. No wonder. I see you. See, I guess there's some some favorites around the spaces that we do. But shout out to Logs. Shout out to Logs as always. Always amazing. Always amazing. She always pulls up. Always pulls up. Naganjan. So Siabon Kuru. You can also hear the other co-host on your end helping us with this space namhlanje. So shout out to the little ones also. But before we carry on further, I'd like us to play a song. Like us to play a song. Maybe Miss Gemma Fassi can also just relax a bit. Maybe have some water. Maybe have some water before she'll sing for us. Maybe perhaps take a walk. Take a walk or something. And the rest of us maybe can have a glass of wine or a beer, or whatever that you'd like, or some tea. I'm having some tea. I'm having some tea tonight. So thank you again for joining us. Thank you for coming through. This is our very first music night of the year. Very first during the week space of the year. Seeing that we've already had just Sunday requests. So thank you so much for joining us. Already seen a tweet by Ronnie D. Ronnie Deep. Ronnie Deep says he would like to work with Gemma Fassi. So, Ms. Gemma Fassi, please just look through the comment section on your bottom right, and perhaps please reply to this absolutely amazing DJ. We've had him on the Deep House Space. We've had him on Everything House Music. He makes amazing house music. So that will be a fire collab if it actually does happen. So shout out to Ronnie Deep. See also on the space of Cotanova. Cotanova is also a producer of music. So shout out to the gents for coming through and checking us out. So and thank you to everyone else who's in here. Mangakubizanga hayi ukuthi ngiyangithandi. But shout out, thank you so much for coming through. So the song that I'm gonna play one of the covers that Gemma Fassi has done. And this one, I mean, it's an amazing classic. All the way was recorded in 1978. Yes, she did the cover of "What You Won't Do for Love," which is a song by Bobby Caldwell. Amazing song, amazing jazz song, and she's done a cover for that. It's actually on a pinned tweet. So if you go to her profile, you come across it. But I totally love this version that she's made for us. So shout out to Gemma. Thank you so much. Because I think this is an amazing song. So please listen and enjoy. Enjoy some music in the meantime. And then we'll come back to our guest with more questions and more conversations. Thank you.
I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a daze from your love, you see. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. Some people go around the world for love, but they may never find what they dreamed of. What you won't do for love. You tried everything, but you won't give up. And in my world, it's only you. Make me do for love what I would not do. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in the days of your love, you see. Now I came back to let you know that what to do. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go.
Ooh, and she's only 23 years old. In this video, she also looks at us. So you might even fall in love with her whilst you look at the video. You might. You might. Yani kuza njani. But yeah, that was a beautiful cover by our guest tonight, Gemma Fassi. The song is by Bobby Caldwell. What You Won't Do for Love. I think most of us 90s 80s kids probably know the sample from Tupac, which is an amazing song. An amazing song indeed. So shout out for the cover. Um, so directly from me, Ms. Gemma Farsi, um, as I've mentioned, probably know the vision from a Tupac, but why so far back? Why so far back into music? And I also ask this because I'm a grand lover of jazz and smooth jazz, but why so far back and actually go and do a cover of an amazing song like that? Thank you.
I'm not sure if people have seen the song that Snow Allegra did for this song. And that was basically what inspired it. She did her own rendition of Do for Love, and she even dropped it on Apple Music as Snow Allegra. So that's the reason why I did that song. She just covered it so nicely, beautifully, and I was like, you know what? This is something. Let me do this. Let me actually no wait. The person that told me to do this cover was Steez from Major Steez, and he was like, Gemma, you know what? Just do this song, and you'll see people will start talking, and he was right. So he's the person that told me to do this move, and I feel like that was probably the best advice someone could have given me last year.
And I mean, people have talked enough, I guess, right?
Yep.
And I guess you're also enjoying that. I mean, you've been a vibe. No wonder already mentioned it, Deguti. You trended, and the likes of Black Coffee actually commented on your video. The likes of Gigi Lamaine, actually said the legacy lives on. How did you feel about that? I mean, certain artists like this mentioning, giving you props like that.
Personally, that was actually something that made me realize, you know what, there are people, even though Sis Brenda's no longer here, there are people that still want to hold on to, Black Brenda Fassi and through a music, and knowing now that there's another family member who is now carrying on the legacy, and people say that I even look like Sis Brenda. I've yet to see that a little bit, but it felt nice knowing that there are people that have been watching and they've been longing for another fussy family member to carry on the torch. Yeah, it felt crazy. Even DJ Tira commented on it. Kayam Tetwa, so many people commented on it, and it actually just inspired me to keep on going and to not stop.
Overnight sensation, I think that's what we call it, right? Overnight sensation, indeed. But yeah, shout out for that. You sound super amazing. You sound super cool. Regarding some of your music, you've released your music independently. Could you please share with us how has that been, releasing music independently and just being an independent artist?
I definitely say that it has its own challenges. I mean, everything in life has challenges, and you're always gonna hit a closed door, knock on a closed door. I feel like releasing it independently has made me more aware of what it takes or what goes in behind the music that you just listen to on Apple that you can just press play to. There's more that goes into that. Um, I feel like I've become more grateful for the people involved in this journey with me, and also just the respect level that I have for the producers, for the PR, for A&R, for the managers, for the brand strategists. I just have so much respect for everyone involved that in the whole process of having your song just on Apple Music. Um, it's also been fun knowing that I'm not in control of everything, but that I have the ability to, to say, okay, this is what's happening then, and plan out strategically in my own way to kind of understand how I would like to move. So yeah, I definitely say that it's helped me understand some, like maybe like 5% Yana of this industry.
And I mean, was that also a choice? Was that a choice? You would say you don't want to release under labels yet. Was it because of some information or what perhaps the industry does to people? What were the reasons? Yeah, what were the reasons you would say just want to do it yourself?
Because it was lockdown, I'd like to add that when I dropped my first song, Best Life, it's called Best Life. I dropped that the beginning of 2020. Just no, the end of 20. When was it? It was either the end or the beginning of 2020. And my friend actually told me that, you know what, Gemma, you like we tired of hearing your car just in the we tired of hearing your music only in the car. Like people need to listen to this. And then I saw Distro Kid on Google when I typed in like how to get my music on Apple Music, and District Kid was the first thing that came up. And I was like, okay, cool. Like I see everyone doing it too. They might not. They I feel like they were the best option to go with at that time. And it literally just I just signed up, paid the subscription fee, and that was it. It wasn't necessarily a thing of like not wanting to sign to record labels. I wasn't even aware that the thing is when I first released music, I didn't realize that it's such a vast industry that there's so much more to it. And only now, 2 years later, from dropping all that music, I'm realizing like, yo, it's actually deeper than just putting your music on social media or on streaming platforms.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, the other day, had a conversation with a certain artist, and I even asked him. I would say, "Why do you keep on releasing music under the station stable?" Um, but he mentioned, I would say, sometimes record labels can help you even further regarding your own music. They can reach into spaces perhaps that you can't when you release music on your own. In one of your interviews, you mentioned Uguti, you want to release music under a certain label, I think Retro, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's correct. Um, it's probably been a year since I've parted ways with Retro Records. That was just a startup record label that I was actually part of. It was more so like my friends and I coming together, wanting to create something, wanting to create a movement, and things just didn't go right, and I decided to leave. There's not much to the story. I feel like it was just a thing of like, you know what, maybe we're not on the same wavelength or we're not agreeing, so let me rather just part ways. And since that interview, we haven't been on speaking terms.
That's quite sad. That doesn't sound nice. That's quite sad. I mean, you mentioned Wutsigana, you did this thing with friends, and then all of a sudden, dololo, dololo friendship, dun, 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 dun. That's quite
Dun dun
sad.
dun dun.
That's quite sad, hey? But I guess you don't really need to dwell into everything with friends, right? Is that perhaps one of the lessons that you learned?
No, that's definitely the biggest lesson that I've learned throughout this entire journey. That yes, your friends support you and they'll be there for you, but when it comes to business, mixing business with friendships and pleasure and all that definitely doesn't help you. I mean, it depends on the people that you are surrounded by that want to be part of your journey. But some people, they just don't have the same understanding or opinion as you, and that's fine. I mean, it's fine to not like to knock heads with people and realize, you know what, let's just stop knocking heads. Let's just realize that maybe we're not meant to work together, and that's fine. That's definitely one thing that I've learned, that sometimes you can't always go to business or be in business with your friends.
No, that's quite true. That's quite true. Because at the end of the day, I mean, something that you've built for, I don't know, 10 years or so, friendship, it could end because of differences, because of business differences. And it could be the easiest of things, the smallest of things that could end a friendship. But yeah, I think that's all right. Those are right calls. Ungangeni abangane ebhizinisini ngoba nizolwa nixabane and then just yeah, everything just goes to shambles. But yeah, that's me. But thank you again, Gemma Fashion. Thank you again. Before Lloyd, Mike, I'd like to play another song. Because you are in music space. You are in music space. So I'll play another song. We have the amazing Miss LP also. I think she's on her way still too. to her place. She's one of us. She's there in the listening session. Probably when she's good, she can come up and also add her voice to our conversation with our guest this evening. So the song I'm gonna play now is "Best Life." As she mentioned, Guti, this was one of her first songs that she released. So let's play "Best Life," and then we'll come back. We'll come back and we share more and ask more with our guest tonight, Gemma Fasi. Before I actually play the song, next week we are having an international producer and DJ. Yes, please come through to Everything House Music if you are able to make it. So next week, Richard Enshaw, the legend himself, we're gonna be talking with him on Everything House Music. That's gonna be on the 24th. 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 I think that's gonna be Wednesday, right? I think somewhere there Wednesday, but 8 p.m. Please just do come through, and we're gonna be chatting. No, Tuesday. Next week Tuesday, we're gonna be chatting to Richard Earnshaw, who's from the UK and has been making music for the longest time. The legend. He's quite a good legend. So please do come through and check us out on the first. First is it the first? I think yes, the 1st of Feb. Kalimicha. So we've lined up some amazing artists. Yeah, looking forward to that also. Kalimicha, vocalist from Botswana. I'm gonna be talking to her. That's gonna be fun also. And then yeah, we also have some artists lined up in the next coming weeks. I think this year around, I just want to make it more fun, right? We should make it more fun. And as always, you are more than welcome to come and grab the mic, please, if you're in the space. Don't be shy. No one that doesn't bite. I met her. She doesn't bite. Lloyd doesn't bite. I know him. I've met him. He doesn't bite too. So please come up and grab the mic. So for now, please enjoy Best Life by our guest this evening, Gemma Fass. Thank you.
I know life can push you down to a point where you can't even see the way out. Way out. Sometimes I feel so down and I can't even get a single word out. Word out. Just step to the beat. Move your feet. Nah, 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 nah. Just step to the beat. Move your feet. Nah, nah, nah. Just step to the beat. Move your feet now. Get your feet above the ground. Lose yourself, it's your moment to live your best life. Get your feet above the ground. Lose yourself, it's your moment to live your best life. I'm living my best life. Living my best life. Oh, living my best life. Nah, nah. I'm living my best life. Living my best life. Living my best life. Oh. Don't let the thoughts of other people push you down. Lift your head up high. Fix your crown. You're a queen, you don't need a king. This is your kingdom, you don't need a ring. Get your feet above the ground. Lose yourself, it's your moment to live your best life. Get your feet above the ground. Lose yourself, it's your moment to live your best life. I'm living my best life. Living my best life. Living my best life. I'm living my best you so high. Let the music take you so high. Let the music take you. Let the music take you so high, so high.
And that is Best Live by our guest this evening, Gemma. And this was released in March of 2020. Hey, that is an interesting year. Hey, in our lives, a lot of things are happening. Pandemic, COVID. There's a lot of things. Especially in the time of March. Especially lapaya. But yeah, that's a beautiful song. Thank you so, Gemma. Gemma, before I pass on the mic to Lloyd, seeing that we have a couple of house music producers in the space, are you I mean, yes, are you willing to dwell beyond pop music, beyond R&B, and perhaps get into house music, into dance music, perhaps? Thank you.
Yes, I'm definitely willing to hop onto other genres. I like being quite versatile to reach each and every target market that I can. I've actually recently hopped on a song with Sunday. I'm a piano producer. I think he has a song called Asibui or Asbui. He has like this TikTok challenge that's going viral on TikTok. So I have a song with him. I'm keen to work on. I'm a piano house, deep house, anything. I'm generally willing to do anything at this point. And because I'm in Josie right now, I've also been exposed to different genres, and it's also helped me with my musicality.
Lo bafethu, lo ke le kaile plug, ke le kaile plug. She's definitely up to uh, touring this music industry and doing other music. So yeah, the lovely thing that we also have had about our space is that music has been made and collabs have been made. So I look forward to seeing a collab with Gemma Fast. Oh, that would be fire. Ooh wee! Imagine that. So yeah, for now I'll pass on the mic to Lloyd. Lloyd is also the host of the Top of the Morning Space as well as the Deep House Space, which happens every single Friday. Yes, Ratoma this Friday, 12 p.m. this Friday, Ratoma. So please do come through on Friday. It's gonna be fire. Gonna be playing some of the best songs. The requests from you from some of the best songs from 2022. So it could be a Metro Makulu song. Yes, please you can choose a Metro Makulu song. I don't mind at all. But yeah, for now, let me give the mic to Lloyd. Lloyd, that's from Kauncha.
Yeah. Wow. Hi, Gemma. Hi, Gemma. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, and you, Lloyd?
I'm fine. So when we follow you, you only follow back when you come to the space, huh? You follow back when you come to space. Oh, this guy's the host of the
Yeah,
space. Oh,
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
follow.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, but I scroll up. I scroll up.
Sorry.
I scroll.
Polo.
Now it happens all the time. It happens all the time, but no biggie. No biggie. What I wanted to know is, do you work with same producers all the time, or and I'm speaking in terms of R&B for now, right? Are you working with same producers?
No, all of these songs that I'm actually dropping an EP this year, and most of the producers are either from Cape Town or from Jersey, or even producers who send me beats, and if I like the beats, I would write to it. So definitely, I'd work with anyone that obviously the music that I like or that I feel like would work with my voice.
What makes you like a beat? What do you look? What are you looking for?
Um, I like the keys. I like if the chords are sitting nice. Um, also the dynamics when it comes to the arrangements of the beats. I like the 808s. I also like some guitar, and also mainly I do like live instruments when producers add live instruments onto the beat. It kind of adds more of a presence to the beat.
I'm asking these questions because there's a lot of producers on the space, and already Ronnie Deep has already asked that he wants to work with you. So I'm trying to give him an idea of what's your vibe, yabo. So even mesh worldwide. So I wanna understand your thought process when it comes to a beat. Hence I was asking if you change producers. There was this lady. What's her name? Can Elaine? Yeah, Elaine blew up using same producers, and then a record deal showed up. She signed a record deal and dropped the producers, and we can see she kind of bit fell off a bit. Can't say she fell off, but she's still good. But dropping those producers was a huge mistake for her. So I wanna ask if do you think you would sign a deal in the near future with a major record label?
I feel like if the deal sits right with me, and I'm able to use the resources effectively, I feel like there would be a deal that could work. I've yet to find that, and I hope that I find it soon. But I feel like I would definitely work with a record label.
So as an independent artist, is there anything you feel like in a record deal you'd wanna have for instance maybe they should cater your social networks, they should cater your DSPs, you know. As an independent artist, there's certain things you want. So I wanna know what are those things you're looking for that the record label could offer you.
As an independent artist, also an artist, and a growing up in the hood, coming from a family that doesn't have money, I definitely say that I need funding to make all my dreams come to life, or make my vision come to life, like music videos, rollouts, photo shoots, and the list goes on.
Makes sense, makes sense. How many instruments do you play, by the way?
I only play the vocal cords.
So you can't play guitar, you can't lapanya the piano
I did
here and
I
there.
did go. I can play. I can play some things, but not to a point where I can like just go to a piano and play it, because I can also read music. So sometimes I would need, the music in front of me. But I can definitely say that I can't really play an instrument like that. I would love to, but no, I can't.
I feel like you should learn maybe a guitar and a bit of piano. Then it would look good on you to actually know those two instruments.
Danko.
Um Composing as well, composing songs while you write, there's gonna be a melody in your head. It'd be easy for you to just hit them chords.
Yeah, definitely.
Besides your vocal.
Yeah.
Ne, Vox, tango.
That's Lloyd. That's Lloyd, the host of the Top of the Morning Space, which happens each and every single day from 10 a.m. 10 a.m. in the morning. Yes, that's another wonderful space where we can all come in and have a view about anything, literally anything. So I'll send the mic back to Sis Noranda. Sis Noranda, um, you know how much love I got for you, and I know how eager you were waiting for this. So amaphanda wakho namhlanje sis awakho amaphanda namhlanje. And just to mention to everyone, so our spaces normally, yes, last 2 hours. So we've got at least 30 minutes left. So if you wanna come up, come up. If you wanna come up, literally. Come up, grab the mic. Let's hear your voice. Share some, give some views, perhaps regarding our guest this evening. Share your thoughts. If there's something you'd like to know, this is the time. This is the time because she won't answer your DM. She won't answer your DM. So come now and actually ask something. But yeah, before Sis Noah and above the mic, Lloyd has his hand up. Lloyd.
Oh yeah, I wanted to address the fact that you were saying she was speaking for so long and no one was complaining. I mean, at the beginning of the space, you said she's allowed to run the space today. So I don't know, no complain. Hmm? You literally said she's running the space today. So why complain or obalala thata? Anyways, this knocks. I can't.
Oh, I love this musical family that we have created. It is epic. Siakwarana. Eh, we support one another, and we have each other's backs. So this definitely ties into, I guess, some of the last bit of questions that I have for Gemma Fassi. Thank you again for tuning in to hashtag Music Nights. It is an absolute pleasure to have you with us here on the 17th of January 2023 for the first Music Nights that we're having for the year. And our host, your hosts for tonight are myself, Unogwanda, aka Unozaga, Voxman, Lloyd Idu, as well as Miss LP, who's definitely with us, and we see boogers out here also joining the speakers, but nothing would happen without not just the listeners but our guest, Miss Gemma Fassi. So thank you so much for spending your Tuesday night with us, and now we even hear that you're in Joburg. You're making things happen. Who makes up your team, this team that gives you all of the guidance? And I mean, you touched base on the fact that some of the friends that you thought would be on this journey with you are no longer on this journey with you. So what does your team look like? Who supports you every single day on this musical journey?
My team consists of myself and a friend, well, another friend that I've been friends with for a very long time, and we've kind of built a friendship more than a working relationship. Um, and it's been super consistent, and he hasn't let me down. So he does my admin for me, JS Projects. And then just the producers. And other than that, it's my brother helping me. Or I don't know if you guys know Porty. Porty also played a big role in my music, being out there and people just listening to me. Porty and just the producers, and yeah, that's about it. It's not a big team. I've yet to find people who are willing to, just help me with admin and PR and all that stuff. But I mean, it comes along the journey, and I'm excited to find those people.
Yes, and we wish you the best on that journey, and to find the right people. But you are definitely guided. So big ups to that. What is your musical process, if you don't mind us tapping into it? Because you are a composer and a singer songwriter. And even though a lot of times people like to think that you have to play an actual instrument, the voice is a fantastic instrument. So I'm curious to find out what your process is when you make music. And I know it's different from, 2020 or pre 2020, but right now in this day and age, how does a song emerge to the profound Gemma Fassi?
One thing that I've learned from dropping and being in studio with all the other music was that I like being with the producer when he creates the beat, just so that he can also like add some of my touch to it. Um, so definitely being in studio with the producer is definitely something that I prefer. But if I can't, obviously he can send a beat, or he or she can send a beat, and that's fine with me. But the process that I go through is listening to a beat and then humming like melodies and recording myself on my phone with all the melodies, just humming all the melodies, playing the recordings over, and then okay, that melody sounds like this word, and then eventually I build a chorus or even the verse, whatever comes first, and the song or the beat will literally speak to me to tell me, okay, this is what you can write, or this is what the song should be about. So yeah, so being in studio, hearing the beats, recording myself on my phone, going back to those voice notes, and then writing. And then after that, obviously recording just the idea, the demo track. When I leave the studio, I get a demo track, and then I'll come back after I've listened to it over and over and over, and then just fix some things, fine tune lyrics, change melodies, change harmonies, and then yeah, that's it.
Love it. I love even Uguti in your musical process. You say that from the humming, you then put the words into that space. Very, very interesting. Definitely something that we share in common there. But dude, I'm just so into you. But we have other people who have picked up the microphone, and before I talk too much, even though I am the person in the driver's seat tonight, I will always consider my brothers in music with me, Lloyd and Boxman. So I'm gonna hand over to Buga, because he was the first to request the mic. Before we hand over to the real Jabi. So Buga, please feel free to unmute your microphone and tell us what you want to tell us on hashtag Music Nights.
Sanbonani, guys. Good day to everyone. I hope you guys are good. I hope everyone is good, doing great. Hope you guys are feeling blessed as I am. Because tonight we have Gemma, Ukona, Siabonga, Gemma. How are you, Gemma?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So I have like two questions. Firstly, I'm a trap soul producer,
Okay.
and from hearing what you've done, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And yes, I do have something for you. I really, really do. But yeah, already I have something for you. But just to ask a few things. Tell me about your ratings. Like, how do you work when it comes to a producer and artist in terms of ratings? Are you a person that, if I'd like to work with you right now, do you charge money and then again we go to royalties, or what type? How are your ratings? Let me just put it like that.
This was actually a chat that I was having with someone the other day because an artist came to me asking me what's my rate. Um and I said my rate, and he was like, "Yo." And I was like, "What?" But now if my this is my rate, surely it should be respected. But then also what dawned upon me was that we are all the come up is tough. We are all trying to make this music thing work. And in the beginning, obviously, there's no money that's coming in, and I'm very aware of that. So when it comes to producers or even artists at this point, I feel like I'll be fine with doing royalty splits, and doing needle time splits and all those other splits when it comes to paperwork. But for now, I know that if someone comes to me, or if I go to someone asking, for them to be on a song, they're gonna tell me their rate because obviously they've accumulated a big target market, and I understand that. So the space that I'm in right now, I'm willing to work with anyone and everyone if I like the beat and if I like the vibe. Also, just getting to know the producer first, not even on a personal level, just to see if we can work together, or if we can even just fathom each other, if I should say that in layman terms. Um, so right now, I would say that there's not necessarily a rate. It's more on if I like the beats, and when we speak, we can have cool chats, and if we in studio together, whether we can record or if we can have an amicable relationship. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, man. No, thank you very, very much. I think that on itself, it's a question that a lot of producers don't ask, a lot of artists don't ask. So I feel like it was important to ask that question, more especially because I love the fact that you understand the up and coming scene when it comes to the music industry. You know how tough it is when coming up and all that. And then another thing, how do we get to submit our work to you? Probably, maybe you might have answered that. Probably I wasn't here. But just to repeat, nje kancane, how do like as me as a producer, how do I submit my demo to you? Like, how do I get a hold of you?
So I think in my bio there is an email over there, inquire@gmail.com. You can just send your beat packs over there, and I'm always on my email because I'm always getting different beats and listening to them. So you can just send it over there and I'll give it a listen. If it's something that I like, I might not like it now, but maybe in a couple months I go back to my emails or I go back to my memo, my notepad, and I might like it a couple months from now. So yeah.
Mara, do you respond though? Do you respond to your emails? Do you respond to those producers that send you the demos and all that? Because um, I'm one person that I know for a fact that there are some artists that like you'd wanna work with, and then you'd send them that tell you they'd be interested and say, yeah, send your demos, send your beats and all that and all that. And then few weeks down the line, I get no response. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
And then I'd feel like most what's the point of me sending those beats to that person if they wouldn't respond back?
Yeah. Um when compiling or when writing the email and after you attach the beats, please write your Insta handle so that I can also just have quicker access to you than on email, because I know a lot of people don't read the emails every day. So having the Insta handle just to check out what they've been doing and what buzz they've been creating around themselves, or even just to check out their personality. Nowadays your Instagram is your CV, your digital CV, and yeah, that's something that should definitely be considered when writing an email.
Ah, no, man, no. Thank you very, very much, man. Thank you, Gemma. Thank you for answering everything. Vox, Lloyd, I hope le sharp. No kwanda kya tshepa o sharp, mama. Yeah, that's it for me, guys. That's it. Thank you very much. Wuludu.
Oh, lo, lo, ah, la, la. Thank you so much, Burger, for adding your 2 cents. Our other question seems to have dropped off, but we do have a request from the KOS. Chaos. So, in the last, I guess, hopefully 20 minutes or so, the only reason I say 20 minutes or so is because I'm getting load shed at 10. And you know the life that we love, guys. So that's when my time will be up. But I have had the most fabulous conversation with this incredible lady, this incredible singer songwriter and digital content creator, Gemma Fasi, who's all the way from Lavender Hills in Cape Town. She's Gemma the Gemini, born on the 9th of June. So welcome to hashtag Music Nights if you're tuning in for the first time. If you are regular, welcome back. This is our first one for the year, and we have lots more lined up for the rest of 2023. So Chaos, please feel free to unmute your mic and let us know what you're thinking and feeling on hashtag Music Nights.
Yeah, thanks guys. I hope my sound is good. Good evening to everyone in Gemma. Hi, I'm bummed that I missed a whole hour of the show. I thought I did a remind on the space. So, but I'll go back and listen. Listen, sorry, because I like background and getting to know who an artist is. I don't even know how you are related to Brenda Fassi. That's how clueless I am. But I guess my question is on the production part. I'm just curious because you said you like to be part of the process in studio and have influence on the beat and the like. So what about when a producer has an idea, like likes your voice and stuff like that, and has an idea on how you should approach the song? I've seen it with a lot of artists, Michael Jackson and the likes. They'll give them, sort of guide them about the melody and the like. Would you be down for that, or would you feel that it's maybe restricting you and stuff?
With everything I do, I like to approach it with an open mind. Also, because I'm also just learning and trying to understand this music industry, also just the musicality of everything. So I'm definitely willing to get direction from another producer. Hopefully, the producer is willing to also, merge our ideas or opinions or creativity onto the track. But I'm definitely open minded. I don't mind, someone helping me with whatever.
Oh, fantastic! I think that's great. Yeah, that's all I had. Thanks for the space, Boxman and Lloyd and Nokwanda. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Chaos, for adding your 2 cents. Always very enlightened opinions that you have. So thank you even for asking that question, just to get better clarity from the sensational Gemma Fassi. Gemma, I know that you said that you don't really recall much of a strong relationship with your aunt, the late great Brenda Fassie. The second last tweet that's up on the Jumbotron there, it's a tweet of mine where I speak about respectfully, I wouldn't have to be asked twice to be Stocker for Brenda Fassie. I say that today and every other day, is a link to a documentary. If you haven't seen it, it's a documentary titled Not a Bad Girl. It was done by the BBC in the 90s. So, whether it's Gemma Fassi who's listening to this or anyone else who needs this, please click through to that link. It's on Vimeo, it's a free video. Just watch that documentary. And if you haven't seen it, I would love for you to DM me after you've seen it. Just because she just means so much. And I guess this is also just me, I guess, delivering unto you what I should. But what I found really interesting about what happened in 2022, leading up to you going viral, was that on the 3rd of November, Ubongani Fasi Yomzala was actually instrumental in the whole of Brenda Fasi's discography being available. And you're so right. We do feel like we were deprived of a star, and we were left hanging. So fortunately or unfortunately, depending on which way you look at it, you are a little bit of that continuation, but in the most sensational and exciting way possible. You have your own personality, you have your own style, you have your own head and heart, and I'm so in love and I'm so happy, and I'm just grateful that I had the opportunity to have this conversation with you at this stage of your career. So I wish you nothing but the best, and I'm looking forward to finding out, because you did mention very briefly that you are releasing an EP. Why the constant EPs and not an album? Do you feel like you're going to be ready to drop an album for us, man?
I feel like maybe in the next year, or maybe the end of this year. I don't know. Whatever God has planned for me, I'm willing to take His direction. But the reason why I've been going with EPs is because um, I feel like because I dropped that EP in 2020, my sound has changed, my voice has changed. So I just want to give people a glimpse of what they can expect, and then just nyasha them with an album.
Achanana, I will pray for you, sister friend, that you get the money and the right people to meet you along on your journey so that you can be able to EP into the best album ever, because yeah, you're a budding sensation on so many levels. And I think for me, your head and your heart are just honey, yeah, all of the light to you. I cannot say that enough. So I don't know if those are my closing remarks, if you will, but what else do you have planned for the year 2023 beyond, um, planning too much? What would you like to see for yourself from now until not even just the end of the year, but yeah, what are your plans?
Yeah, plans. Well, I recently just moved or relocated to Jersey, um, and that was a very scary step to take. So for now, I feel like the main thing I need to do is meet up with and be in rooms with producers and you know, people involved in PR and people involved in all those music business chats so that I can also become educated and even just get assistance from them and or to be mentored by someone that can also show me the ropes. Other than music, I'd like to say content creation, um, being more involved in, you know, youth movements so that I can also just share my story with women. And because I feel like in this industry a lot of women aren't really being spoken for. That's definitely one thing that I'd like to do is use my voice to give or to empower women to stand their ground and just be who they want to be and not care about, okay, not to not care, but to just be freely, be themselves freely and in the best way they can.
Mm. I'm sorry. I wish I had more to say and I could be like more on the ball because I can do that. You know, I have that ability. But yo, you are serenading me even just with your talking voice. So, hey, what's that proposal you had for us somewhere halfway through this interview where you spoke about maybe singing No Drama for me, or maybe you want to sing Love Yahweh, or there's something else in your repertoire that you would love to share with us? I think it would make an incredible finale and the perfect climax. To this incredible interview that we've had with you on hashtag Music Nights. The microphone and the stage are yours, Miss Gemma Fassi.
I could do one of the covers, Do for Love.
Honey, whatever comes to you right now is exactly as it should be.
Okay, I'm gonna take it away. Let me stand up.
Oh, La Robin.
I guess you wonder where I've been. Search to find a love within. And I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in the days of your love, you see. Baby, I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. What you want do for love. You tried everything, but you won't give up. And in my world, it's only you. Make me do for love what I would not do.
Oh my God, I'm crying. Oh, and I think for me, what touched me in my studio even more than your incredible voice and your incredible talent is how your brother is just cheering you on. Oh, girl, like, yeah. The love is felt. You two are an incredible sensation together. Joburg is not ready for the fire that you two are about to unleash on us, but we need it. Where people are heart centered and driven by light from the source, really, for us to be better humans and be better beings, to see the world that we want to see. So, shout out to Robin Fasikok for being your big brother and your voice of reason and your props. So thank you for feeding my soul. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to interview you on hashtag Music Nights. And when you're famous, I look forward to having the opportunity to be able to do this again with you when maybe I'm a little bit more settled and I'm not fangirling so much. But thank you so much. You're a 23-year-old shining light on so many levels, and you have filled me up. And this is why I love doing this with Voxman and Lloyd and Miss LP and Booga and Stanley and everybody else who's part of this beautiful, brilliant virtual music family that we have. So that's me giving my closing remarks. And I'm going to hand back over to Voxman, who is the host with the most, who is the visionary, the person who's brought us here all together. Please keep using the hashtag Music Nights. And if you're going to be listening to the recording, please feel free to keep adding your comments, keep adding any questions that you might have, not just to Gemma Fassi, but also to the team. So we can just keep it coming, keep the great conversations flowing and the music going. From my side, I can guarantee you, Gemma Fassi, I'm going to be praying for you every step of the way, for both you and Robin, to take the Fassi name to different, brighter, bigger, bolder heights. And yeah, to also thank your late great aunt for setting those avenues the way that she had for you, and for you to see the resemblance that you shared together. So that's my prayer to you, my ode to you, and I'll keep you in my prayers and keep you warm. But Voxman, do the thing, and thank you for having me on Music Nights. It's your host with the most, well, the co-host with the most, Unogwanda Zakia Shabangu, aka Nozaga, signing out. Ngiyabonga, uthando kuphela.
Oof. Before I say anything further, Gemma, would you like to reply to anything perhaps that Mrs. Nwanda mentioned?
I'd like to say thank you so much for the motivation and for your kind words shared towards me. I genuinely do appreciate it. It's not every day that you come across people that have such open hearts and they're willing to, empower women especially. And I genuinely do appreciate it. I look forward to also seeing you and you do your thing. I appreciate you definitely.
Shout out for that. Shout out for that indeed. Oh, the talent that's in the space today is crazy. The talent from Gemma Files is absolutely amazing. Let's give Lloyd the mic. Lloyd, I'll try the mic. And yeah, and for the real last time tonight, and please give us your last remarks. Thank you.
Usis Knox, we it's again, we sharply got closure, we sharply got closure. What I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna wait for the space to end, and I'm just gonna scroll to the last 10 minutes and screen record Gemma's rendition and post. Yeah, so she has a beautiful voice. Now I wanna hear this voice on a deep house song, so we can have it on a deep house space. Tango.
Exactly. I love you, Shaikon. Um, it's been an amazing start. It's been an amazing start, super amazing start. Since now and has done something amazing for us. I can see the year. I can see the year ahead. I can see her taking over. Um, but it's good. That's good. That's also good. I'm absolutely fine with that. So shout out to Snorana. Thank you so much. You're an amazing woman. You're totally amazing. Super amazing. And shout out to everyone else who's in the space. But before I give my last remarks, Gemma Fasi, this is your time. This is your time. I know most people have load shedding at 10. So before we leave this place, please give us your last remarks. Where can people actually find you, perhaps in terms of your music? Are you performing anywhere anytime soon? Could you just let us know of that? Are you looking maybe for a photographer? Are you looking anything, please? This is your time where you can actually share with us in the space, and perhaps a person could be here. Um, yeah, thank you. Go
So
ahead.
Gemma Fassi is the name on each and every streaming platform. GEMMAFASSIE. That's the name. Don't forget it. I won't be. There's no performances lined up yet, as I am trying to, give you guys the music. But I'll definitely post if the performance does come up on Instagram or on Twitter over here. Yeah, I'm definitely looking for photographers, videographers who are willing to work. Just hit me up in the DMs and I will respond. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys.
Shout out. Shout out. Yes. 2 hours went so quick. 2 hours is so amazing. We're going to close off with another cover, Hila Kizoya, which is an amazing song. So Gemma Files as a cover for that. Also going to close off with that. But before I actually play the song, thank you to each and every person who's here. Sibonge kakhulu. See us on Friday. Yes, Friday, the Deeper Space, 12 p.m. So we shine number. Aye, sibuyile. Sibenge short. Aslali. Aslali. Sunday, just Sunday request. I don't think I'll have load shedding between 8 and 2. I don't think so. So yeah, Sunday definitely be back on. But in Bongile, we thank you, each and every person is here. I think this is the time now, after the space, where you can go to the chest, you can go to your snake park and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you to each and everyone who took their time to not be on their chest, but to come to the space. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. It's been grand. See you next time. See you on the timeline. See you around in. You know where to find us. We always here, always playing music. Somehow, somewhere, always playing music. Thank you so much. Closing off, yes, with a cover, Yaga Gemma of Hila Kizuyam. Yo, please enjoy. I love this song. Oof. Sisicula kamnandi man. Hey, kakhulu kancane.
Too much, too
Hayi.
much.
Hayi.
Angikamboni ufana nawe, angikamtholi unjenga nawe, kuzeku ukuba ihile, kuzeku ukuba ndiphile ngaphandle kwakho, ngaphandle kwakho, ngaphandle kwakho, ngaphandle kwakho. Ezinzulwini zobusuku ngiphupha ngawe ebusuku, inhliziyo ilimele, sandwa sami cela ungixolele. Ezinzulwini zobusuku ngiphupha ngawe ebusuku, inhliziyo ilimele, sithandwa sami cela ungixolele. Hila, hila nhliziyo yami, hila, hila nhliziyo yami, hila, hila nhliziyo yami, hila, hila nhliziyo yami.
It's one of those voices, noma sumkwatele kanjani, uzomxolela. Kwatele kanjani, uzomxolela noma kanjani. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the evening, please. Happy Tuesday. Cheers. This was amazing. It was totally amazing. Thank you.